but I'm going to be allowing him the
Yeah,
opportunity to introduce himself to us. Talking about Comrade Chilos to introduce himself to us before we forge ahead. Like I said, it is Crucial Issues on Prudent MSTV. I am your host, Ajibade Awofeso. Comrade, good morning to you.
yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Comrade, for record purpose, can you quickly introduce yourself to our viewers this morning?
Okay, my name is Chilos S.C. Gossent. I'm the National Vice Chairman, African Democratic Congress Southeast.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade
Thank you.
Chilos, for that brief introduction. We will love you. You shift your camera a bit backward so people get to see who is speaking. Good, good, good. This is good. If you can remain like this while we talk, it will be very, very much appreciated. Comrade, something happened recently. I don't know, was it yesterday or today or over the weekend? I can't really place it now, but we came across a video, during the course of our journalism. We came across a video of a particular candidate of your party, you know, lamenting seriously over certain actions meted on him by an agency of the state government. Practically, what he was saying in that video, from what we deduced, was that his campaign billboard was pulled down, as well as his campaign train was also barricaded by an agency of the state government. I understand that INEC recently lifted the ban on campaign, and it then means that all candidates of various political parties can actually go about their campaign ahead of the 2023 election. What is your reaction on this, Comrade Chilos?
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. My reaction is that that is very illegal. That is impunity. That is an act of recklessness. And we cannot condone that because the candidate as it is has a right to campaign because the INEC has officially lifted campaign for candidates to campaign. And he has a right by the provision of the constitution of this country to process, to proceed on a procession during his campaign. So I don't know why the government of Imo State has continued to harass him, has continued to intimidate him, has continued to attack him in order to make him cower away and shy away from campaigning. I think that act alone shows that the APC-led government of Imo State is very much afraid of the ADC, and to that effect, they have resorted to act of intimidation to make sure they intimidate and calm members of the African Democratic Congress in the state to stop campaigning, and that we cannot allow.
Of course, there's no way they will ask, a particular party not to campaign when INEC has said you can campaign. But I understand that, of course, the state government too cannot just, without any reason, just, go after anybody. Aside uh, your particular candidate, talking about Nonso now, he is not the only one in this race, and I believe he is not the only one
Yeah,
campaigning. So, do you think there is any problem in that? Because
yeah.
I've not seen them going against any other person. Do you think, are you not, have you investigated the matter to ensure that he is not probably breaking the law somewhere?
If he's breaking the law, that act of brigandism is not the way to address the issue. If he has broken the law, then there's the need for the government to properly take a legal action against him, where the court of competent jurisdiction will have to intervene, and not using act of brigandism to interrupt him and intercept his convoy during his campaign.
Mm,
So
mm,
that is illegal. That
mm.
is unacceptable.
Because if care is not taken, that can even trigger crisis. It can even trigger chaos in the state. Because I understand that he
Yeah,
was
we said
actually
in
with
our
his teaming
statement that
supporters when these things happen.
if the ADC faithful, yeah, that is already what we have said in our press statement, that that has the potential to trigger or to break, to cause a breach of peace in the state. Because if the ADC faithful begin to physically resist that act of recklessness and that act of brigandism, what it means that it might lead to a situation where there will be a breakdown of law and order within that area of jurisdiction.
Okay, we are yet to
So we
actually
think
get.
that Imo State government,
Okay, okay, right on, right on.
so we think the Imo State government has the right to respect. the constitutional right of every citizen of the state, the right to freedom of assembly, the right to protection, and the right to join an association. That is exactly what we are asking. We want the Imo government to come out plainly through the media to tell us what actually the candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in the MBK federal constituency has cost them to warrant this level of intimidation, where his billboard was recklessly pulled down, his banners were recklessly pulled down. Why did they not pull other parties? Why do they not pull that of the APC and that of the PDP? So why must they be able to single out Nonso Nkwa? We think they are afraid. We think that the popularity of Nonso Nkwa is also an intimidation to the APC-led government in Imo State, and they are very much scared that in this growing popularity of the ADC, they might lose the election 2023, and that is why they have resorted to act of intimidation and harassment to put into the minds of several candidates. Has got in mind campaign, political electoral campaign. Thank you.
Okay, comrade, before I let you go, I need to build on it again so our viewers can actually understand what we are discussing this morning. Yes, of course, it's your favorite program again, Crucial Issues on Prudent MSTV. And what we are talking about this morning is something that happened in Imo State, where a particular candidate of ADC was, barricaded, was stopped on his way while campaigning in the state. Of course, talking about Nonso Nkwa, the candidate of ADC for MBK federal constituency, if I'm right. In the video, I could hear Nonso Nkwa crying and shouting on top of his voice, lamenting seriously that his billboard was pulled down. Not only that, he was also stopped on his way, while campaigning alongside with his teaming supporters.
My billboard. I want the world to hear it. I don't can't Madunia now. Hope Uzodema is still pursuing me. Hope Uzodema is still pursuing me. After removing my billboard, Hope Uzodema is using himself. Is using himself. Hope Uzodema is stopping my vehicle. Hope Uzodema is stopping my campaign train. Hope Uzodema is still pursuing Nonso Nkwa. I want the world to know. Hope Uzodema is still pursuing Nonso Nkwa. That is why I'm doing this now. They are using him, sir. They are using him, sir. Hope Uzodema will be held responsible. This campaign. Hope Uzodema, the government of Imo State, will be held responsible. Hope Uzodema should leave me alone.
And this, we feel, is something not too right. We feel it could actually trigger a crisis if his teaming supporters start, resisting, the government agency. This could lead to serious chaos, and that's why we feel it's important we talk about it. And we've brought the zonal chairman of the Southeast zonal chairman of that party, talking about Comrade Chilos. He's the one discussing with us this morning, so we could get the fact clear. We are yet to get the government angle to this story. Definitely, we will get it to know what exactly necessitated what they did to Nonso Nkwa.
Can never be above the law, and if he breaches the law, he will be punished. He will be brought to book or reprimanded accordingly. No amount of blackmail or shouting will stop that. It's as simple as that. He must subject himself to the law like every other responsible citizen. That is the position of government.
Yeah. But then let's evaluate seriously what happened, and is it possible we can even avert it in the first place? And if at all, if such must happen, is that the best approach to it? That is what we are discussing this morning regarding the 2023 general election and the campaigns as it concerns Imo State. Comrade Chilos, my question to you again before I let you go.
Thank you.
Of course, I know ADC is part of those party, that is, that is in this race. Talking about the general election 2023.
Yeah.
Now, I also understand that the state has a law for every candidate who wants to campaign. they have a law for posters and billboards and what have you. I believe there is a revenue they generate through that. There is an amount of fee you have to pay for that. Have you cross-checked to see if your candidate has actually met all these standards?
Well, if they say they had a law, they have to make public, and let's see who contravenes the law, because not begin to be one-sided of other political parties. You want to make an obnoxious law to intimidate them. This is Imo State. The campaign has going on. It's a law to stop to campaign during his electioneering period. Who did that? Everybody has a right to put up a post. You have a right to put up your flag. Only thing on top is from when you're going to put a billboard in a very conspicuous location, then you can begin to talk about the advertisement. Then that is where the law comes in to talk about paying of bill, and not when a man it is on procession. We have a right to that. So if Imo State has a law, who passed that law? And let them make the law public. Let's know who passed the law, who gazetted it. Because you cannot wake up overnight. There are so many people who have been campaigning. APC is campaigning. Have they stopped them? Did they pay any fee? If they did, we want to know. These are what we are saying. And if the contrary, it is not the prerequisite right of the government to use act of fiscal intimidation on the candidate. They should approach the law court. So we can also interpret the law. We can know who passed the law, and we will know who contravened the law, and what are the penalties for anybody who contravened the law of the states in terms of campaigns and advertisement, and also placing of campaign posters on various locations. These are what we are saying. If you watch the video, you see the act of brigandism. Why must they barricade him? How many other candidates has they barricaded since this campaign started? Since the lifting of campaigns by the INEC. So these are what we are saying. So why must it be Nonso? Why must it be ADC? We will not accept that. If he has contravened the law, we will want the government to take a legal action respecting the rule of law. That is what we are saying.
Okay.
Thank you.
Comrade Chilos, is there, I understand there is a big event of your party coming up soon in the state.
Yeah.
And
we are having a starting general summit to unveil our strategic action plan for electoral victory in 2023 election.
And ahead of that, you are having this. Are you entertaining any fears as to that event?
No, we are not, because we have not done anything contravening the law of the nation. So we don't entertain any fear.
Okay. All right, Comrade Chilos, what is your final decision on this? What is the party saying on this? Are you embarking on any actions to seek redress?
We have issued a statement, and we are asking the Imo State government to render an unreserved apology to ADC and the candidates of the ADC in Mbike Federal Consensus. The state government will have to render an unreserved apology for recklessly intimidating a legitimate candidate who peacefully embarked on a campaign in line with the provision of the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is what we are saying. Nobody has a right to take a law into his hand in order to intimidate anybody because of fear of his growing popularity. This we cannot accept, because we are operating in a legitimate country that operates on a legitimate law.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade Chilos, for your time. We appreciate you. Within the short notice, we were able to come on board, and thank you very much. We've been able to exhaustively discuss this issue. I will throw it back to the public to pass their comments in the comment section as to what they have to say on this issue. But we'll keep following it up to ensure we bring more of it, we bring more details of it to the public so they can have the right decisions to make on their part.